Welcome back to the next video in my painting the Street Fighter the board game miniatures. So far we've done Sagat and we have done Vega. Both models were pretty straightforward to do. By all means I am not the greatest painter in the world, but I have managed to do them. I mean, Sagat was just a pair of shorts, and then Vega was kind of, you know, just his trousers and a couple of tattoos around his body, and that was kind of it. The next one then, since I am concentrating mainly on the bosses it seems, why not? We'll go either M. Bison or Balrog, and I have decided to go for Balrog this time. So we're going to go for the boxer. Taking the boxer out and looking at him in the cabinet, you've got... Looking at the boxer, you've got obviously a pretty open body, so we can actually get in towards, you know, everything that we need to paint, which is his clothes, boots potentially, and the glove there. But I do see a problem because his left glove is encased, if you like, in that flame effect. So if we change the colour of the glove, we might still get a little bit of red showing through the effect. So that's going to be a new challenge. So yeah, a new challenge I think with Balrog the boxer. So that's going to be our model. We'll do the same routine. I think this is working fine, where I basically play the game behind me, play the game, have a look at the colours, see what kind of colours I fancy, and then basically attempt to paint him. Okay, so next thing we'll do then is look at Balrog in-game. So here we are, character select. We'll go get Balrog. There we go, there he is in all his glory. And colours, so that's him, blue and red, nice and stark. That's nice, exactly how our little model is currently. So again, the very next colour, believe it or not, I did change colour there. This is the second one. Different kind of blue, there you go. And the gloves get a little bit more orange. Right, and the next one, again, you got a really dark blue. Okay, gold and kind of orange. The gloves look more orange than red. So that looks okay, that looks different. Wow, that's different. So like a dark orange with the green gloves, that looks cool. That does look cool. I mean, his skin tone changes there as well, which I didn't think I'd be doing things like that. You know, I don't really want to mess with skin tones really, but he gets way darker there, but the orange really makes that orange stand out then. So I don't know. And then we've got, again, same thing. Look at that red and black, or red and very dark grey on the gloves. And then you've got the lilac with the gloves the same colour as the original. And then like a moody brow. Oh, that's quite nice. That's like a, yeah, that's actually not bad. The gloves will change, stay the same colour there, but that's definitely quite different to the rest of them. That grey, yeah. So what have we got? Purple, very different. Grey, very different. Green's not bad. Gloves stay the same again, the green. And the green gloves, wow. Wow, there's a few. I'm definitely going to try that one with the green gloves first, just to take a look at that. So, Balrog. That's what we're painting. It's going to be a bit different, I think, this time, because there is a proper challenge in terms of the glove and the fire effect around it. So let's grab the models. So here is the culprit. Here we go. Okay. So that glove is in the fire, and it's still showing through as red. So I'm afraid if we paint this glove green, like the orange model is, what's going to happen to this glove is it's still going to be showing red. Because you can get to the glove inside there, but obviously the parts of it that's touching the plastic, there's no way I'm getting in there without making a mess of the plastic. So what am I going to do? Well, here's what I'm thinking. I could paint just the gloves first, okay? So I could go ahead and paint as much as I can of the glove in green under the flame effect and see how it looks. And if I still feel like you can still see a lot of the red through the effect, because one thing is nice about the red being under the flame is it is a fiery colour, that red, so it might not matter as much. I don't think I'm ever going to get that green glow under the fire effect. But if I'm looking very carefully at it, you can see there's it is slightly a dark mark in there anyway. So maybe if I just paint as much as I can green, start with the gloves. If it doesn't work, and you know, this is the beautiful thing about painting, is if it doesn't work, fine, I will just go back in there and touch it back up with red, okay, and then I won't touch the other glove. So if I can get one glove, the tough glove, to look good with green, then we'll go ahead with the green. And if I am doing the green gloves, I'll then do the orange. So it's going to be green and orange, and that's probably my favourite Balrog colour to go for. So that's what we're going to do there, glove first. As for the other one, it's between two colours again. Sorry, I always leave it like this, between two colours. It's between that lovely light purple, almost like lilac, violet kind of colour, and the grey one, just moody grey. I always end up going for a darker colour. I like the bright ones, but I always choose dark one as well. So I don't know, we'll leave that up to suspense, but definitely I'm going to start off with the gloves. Okay, so I've had to just take a breather because I've decided to start at the most difficult part of painting this, which is the glove, and I'll see if it works or not. I've kind of jumped at it with the usual kind of gusto that I have, and I'll be honest, I had to just stop and just realise that this part is very difficult and it's going to take much more time. So I have deliberately kind of cleaned my brush off again and almost to go, right, just slow down. And this is the part where you do need a steady hand. So a lot of people say they don't paint because they haven't got a steady hand. You don't need it to be that steady until you might want to attempt something a bit more delicate or fine like this. So I was starting to worry and I was starting to hit the effect with my brush a little bit, and I thought, right, I need to slow down. I need to realise that this part of painting models will take a little bit longer. I need to get the exact right amount of paint on my brush and where it is on my brush and how the brush tip actually looks to get in and drag the paint across where I need it to go. I know that's basically, I'm just describing what painting is very, very slowly. I understand that, and I might sound stupid saying it, but you have to slow it down because the other models have been very straightforward, and maybe I didn't realise how easy a job it was to actually just paint those models, because it was so easy to just get in. All the parts I needed to paint were very obvious on the model and right in the front, and all of a sudden now I'm having to get that brush into very awkward positions to get the green where I need it to be on this glove. So all of the I say that all of the obvious places have been covered in green. However, I've just spotted another one, and it's very difficult. Like making sure that the rest of the stem of my brush is clean of paint, and resting it here on his arm, just so I can get the tip in. And again, if I'm not comfortable, change that position. Don't reach in if you're not comfortable. Find a slightly different position. There we go, and now I've covered that little bit of red up, and I'm using my finger just to rest on his arm and then the brush on my finger, and that felt a little bit better to get that brush in. So everything that I feel I can see on that glove under the effects is now green. And every time I say that, I think I can get in again with the brush. But as soon as I bring my brush to it, I find it is much more difficult than it looks. You can tell because I'm talking a little bit less. But there we go. I'm finding tiny little bits of red that I can just squeeze the brush in and get a little bit of paint deep inside where I can just cover up a little bit more red. So if the first model I picked was as difficult as this, okay, I would not have got as far as I have done. So I've painted that green. Now it's all about whether it still looks like a red glove. From there, absolutely. Okay. However, you could get away in saying that that red that you can see, the underglow of red there, is actually, you know, the flame, if you like, of the fireball. Because looking at it from any other angle, you can see, oh no, he's got green gloves on, you see. He's got green gloves, it's just the fire coming off it. So I'm okay with that. I'm not too concerned that there's that underglow of red. Like I say, it's a flame effect. And if you looked carefully in here, I'm not sure how well I can show that. Now I don't think it'll focus on that. But right in the middle of this red, there's a big black part, and that is literally a piece of plastic which is used to attach it. So it's not, you know, it's not there to be scrutinised. And unless you pick this up and really analyse the paint job that I do on it, and to be honest, I haven't really got friends that would do that, I think you're okay, you know, and unless you're entering this into a competition, which I am doing this for fun, you know. I would rather have the Balrog that I want, which is in orange and green, the green gloves, an orange top. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm happy with that. I am fine with it. I think I'm gonna start putting on the lighter green. I'll do the other glove now, obviously in the base green, and then I'll start adding on the lighter greens. Okay, so very slow start, I understand, but I'll speed up from here on in. So that's the gloves then. Now we knew it wasn't going to be plain sailing. The gloves were obviously going to be a challenge, and they were really fiddly to paint. So if you like, then from the other videos, this has been a slight step up in how slow you have to go and how careful, and maybe leaving this kind of model to last, or quite simply, don't go changing the colours of the boxing gloves. That is your way around not having to get so fiddly with this, okay? I think you can get to the clothes around him, no problem, just leave the gloves alone. So there we are, there's the gloves done, both green there. And again, it's not too late if I really don't like that undercolour of red in that fireball thing that he's got there. He hasn't got any fireballs, but the fire that effect that he's got there, I can always go back and change it, just pop plenty of red in there. Okay, so there's the gloves then. Still not decided on the other Balrog yet. I thought I'd just tell you what I got on the weekend. So shops have opened again now where I live. So I went to my Warhammer shop, and they've got this deal on. Oh, and this is not a sponsored thing. It feels like I'm plugging this, which I am because I bought it, and it's paints for, you know, I use their paints. They've got this choose any 10 paint pots and then get one of them free, which was handy because I needed a nice selection just to boost things up. You know, some paints had run dry, I'd run out of Mephiston red and whatnot, so I took 10 paints, got some 10 paints, and that kind of, like, you know, just boosted up my collection. Two of the bigger ones I went for were the washes, so I went for a lot of Nuln Oil and Agrax Earthshade as well. So they're two shades. You haven't seen me use any of those yet, but they are the simplest thing in the world. You literally drizzle it over the model and the dark colours just find the recesses. Wonderful. It turns a non-painter into a painter like me. And then some bold colours. Like I said, I've replenished the red, the yellow, the green. I've got some purples in there, some grey, and actually one that I'm about to crack open, the base colour of orange. So I'm going to start his clothes here now with the nice base of orange. Probably take it all up to the really nice neon one. You know, he is a boxer from Vegas after all, so the Troll Slayer orange will probably be what we finish it with. But I'm going to start off with a nice base of orange on Balrog. Anyway, that's enough about my purchases over the weekend. Let's go back to painting Balrog. So after finishing the base coat of orange there, I basically took the Warpstone Glow Green over the gloves, just to make them slightly more green, and I'll probably end up doing Moot Green. That's the lightest green as well, so once that's dried I'll do that. So back to the orange now, I think, just to really cover it up, because that blue is still quite bold under the orange. It wants to show through, so probably take some of the really bright orange now and make it stand out. So what I decided to do was on the trim, because the white still looked quite, white just like the blue one, and looking at the colours, it's kind of like just off orange, kind of definitely not white, but very, very light, almost more yellow. So I thought I'd use Ushapti Bone, which is kind of like a bone colour that you use for all your scary Warhammer models. And I'll use this bone colour to actually colour in the white. So then at least it does look different, because the contrast between that and the white that is on the blue, yeah, is considerable. And I'd rather have, parts of the model which are different. I also remembered to do his laces. So I've done his laces in orange as well, which again was nice and easy, just dragging the print along the parts of the laces that are sticking out. So yeah, I'm going to change the white into Ushapti Bone. This actually might be quite time consuming to do this. So that's the difference, that taking the white away and adding a kind of, slightly yellowish or bone coloured colour, it does make a difference. Any paint that you change will clearly come through, even if it's just small, and that was time consuming to get all those little bits, but it does change the model. Now then, the orange is definitely dried now, so I'm going to brighten up the orange. I've already brightened up the gloves one step. I think the gloves can go one more step again. So yeah, I'm going to highlight now with the orange and the green. So just a little update there on the orange. So you can see where, well, hopefully you can see where I've been with the Troll Slayer orange, which is a much brighter, bold orange, and then where the base orange is. So you can see what the difference a layer makes. So yes, you're painting the model twice, but that's the difference you get. You get this lovely, light, bright, poppy orange, but you only get that if you manage to put a base underneath, which it's okay if it shows through. If the blue was showing through that orange, it wouldn't look half as bright as what it is. So yeah. So as you can see, the shorts have been done, the top haven't. So hopefully after I've done the top, it'll all look that nice, bright orange. So there we go. That's Balrog now then. Nice orange. It's come out very nicely, as all orange and green like that always does. They're nice, bright, light colours. They're always going to shine like that. So yeah, just waiting for that orange to dry. If I find that the orange dries and it still looks a bit too dark, and I still want it to have this nice shine, because it's still wet at the moment, if it does dry a little bit drier, I'll just put another layer of that orange, the bright orange, on it again. There's even another brighter orange than this. Can't remember what that one's called, fire something. So you could even choose a lighter shade of orange, but this is the most vibrant, I find. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Balrog in orange with the green gloves. Yeah, not bad at all. And the big question was, yes, you can see from there, it looks like he's got a red glove and a green glove on. Now he has, however, it's kind of hidden in that effect, that it's a fire effect. Because if you look at any other angle where you see two gloves, oh yeah, of course he's got green gloves on. It's just a fire from the effect. Little do they know, it's just the rest of his red glove. So yeah, hopefully that won't annoy me too much. But there we are, the Balrog in orange. So that's one Balrog completed. That's the orange one. Really enjoyed doing that. A lot of different elements in there. The gloves with 3 colours on them. The body part, which was all of his body really, you know, not all of his body, but all of his clothes, got 2 layers, you know, the base orange and the layer orange. And also the trim as well. So the trimmer had to go, and obviously the trimmer on his belt, shorts and the side of his vest all touches the skin and the orange, so you've got to be very careful with it. So that model actually took much longer than normal. In fact, there was enough time waiting for certain parts of it to dry that I didn't need the second model to kind of go to while it dried. Unlike the other ones where it was pretty much paint on, done, let it dry, grab the other one. So, the next colour. I think I've decided that it's going to be the lilac-y purple one, because I don't see me doing that many purple models of other characters. You know, the dark or the grey one sometimes might suit the other ones better. So with this one, the gloves are remaining red, so I can keep them red. It's just going to be really the laces and the clothes again. It's very close to white, almost a slight hint of pink in the white, and then that quite a light purple. I have got this one called Gene Stealer Purple. That's going to be my attempted finishing purple colour to try and get him close to where he is. I might even have to add some white to that as well. We'll see. Definitely add some white to it to get the little trim. So I think we're going to be, for the first time in this series, actually mixing paints, not using paint straight out the pot, and mixing it with a bit of white to get the exact shade that I want. So, something new again. So, let's start on Balrog number 2. Okay, so much quicker there. I mean, obviously I've painted it once, so I know the ins and outs of it. What we did there was actually went straight on with a layer. Now, I've been telling you how, especially with the orange, that if I'd have done that with that really bright orange, the blue would have shone through too much. Now, the blue is shining through here, but blue being a colour that is much closer to the purple, you know, on the colour wheel, if you like, it doesn't seem to matter as much. I can see some of the blue coming through, and I might even cover up some of it, but you can just tell that is just a layer, and it's already looking, you know, 80-90% of where I want it to be. So yeah, I can see where I might go over it again. Later, after it dries, it'll be more obvious where the blue is, and I'll just go over again with that Gene Stealer purple layer. I've done the laces as well on that layer as well, so yeah, it's looking alright. And then I need to really make a much lighter purple now with the white. So I've opened up the white as well. So I've got 2. I've got a layer and a base. I think I'll close the base and I'll use the white scar layer, and then get a bit of a palette going and mix up the right kind of purple I want to do the sides and stuff. There we go, and we'll keep the gloves red, like it is in the pictures. Basically, on this piece of paper, I am mixing purple and white, and I've got to that colour. I put a little bit on the leg of the model, and immediately, as soon as I put it on the leg, on the shorts there, it's very hard to see, but basically, I just put a little bit on, and thought, no, it's much too dark. So I scoop up more white and add more white to my colour and just really lighten it up. And at this point, I kind of feel like it's going to be more white than the colour. So even though that's, yes, it's lighter again, I'm going to just clean the brush. I'm going to clean the brush because I want to keep the white in my pot nice and bright. So again, another big scoop of white, and add that white in again. So now it's about 5 or 6 part white to about 3 purple, and I won't be adding any more purple to it. Okay, it's getting there. I think once again, you know, I'm gonna add one more white. Really am wanting it to be very, very light, and that's what I'm kind of after. And again, that's probably now enough as we mix that up. There you go. We're mixing that white that I've plopped in the middle there to get a nice consistent. There's definitely enough paint on there now anyway, and that's probably going to be my colour. So let's pop a bit of that on his shorts. Let's see if I'm happy with that instead. So yeah, that's the light colour gone all around. It looks a little bit messy. Don't know whether I'm just getting tired, but I felt like my brush was slipping a little bit, and I was going, you know, as all young children struggle when they're colouring in. I went over the lines, you know, terrible form, but there we are. So yeah, I might go over, pick up the darker colour again and just tidy up where I was getting a little bit sloppy with my accuracy there, because he does, yeah, he's not looking the sharpest after that, you know, not very accurate. So yeah, just gonna have to go over the darker purple again, and yeah, I think that then is more or less done, and that's 2 Balrogs. So there we are. 3 different coloured Balrogs. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this worked out. You got the nice contrasting orange and purple. They came out great. Obviously, I'm happy that I went the extra mile and changed the trim colours, not just the block colours and the gloves, you know. And I even left the gloves of the purple one. All helped out with the addition of the extra paints there, you know. So that's literally 2 colours that went on that Balrog, and then a little bit more then for the orange. Of course, I used the greens for the gloves, and then 2 layers of orange and the bone colour for the trim. So it worked out well. Really pleased with that. So if you'd like to watch more of my videos, there's more coming as I'm getting through these characters, or you can go back and watch some of the other characters. The next character, well, it has to now be M. Bison, hasn't it? So then all the boss characters would be done. So hopefully you're enjoying the videos, and please leave some comments down below if you want to get involved and maybe ask for some future characters. Okay, so take care, and I'll see you on the next video.